Hello everyone, welcome to engineering classes. Today we will learn about eigenvalues and eigenvectors. I minus a is equal to 0, in which I is identity matrix. This is 2 by 2 matrix, so we will take identity matrix in 2 by 2 form. We will write S in matrix form. After subtraction, take its determinant. Now we get two eigenvalues. Now second example, I am writing this step directly. Now we get eigenvalues. Third example of eigenvalues. For this, take 3 by 3 matrix of S form. You can write this step directly. I am writing because for your understanding. Take its determinant. We get this equation after taking determinant. Now to solve this equation, if we put x is equal to 1, then we get 0. We get this equation. Root will be s minus 1 s square minus 3s plus 2. So we get these three eigenvalues. So I am taking third example for your understanding. So to find root of this equation, we have to use this method. So eigenvalues of this equation comes out to be 1, 3.87 and 0.87. Eigenvectors. Eigenvectors are calculated with the help of eigenvalues. So characteristic equation that satisfy the eigenvector is Si minus A determinant is equal to 0. Vectors are found corresponding to eigenvalues. Here one eigenvalue is 1 and other eigenvalue is 5. So to find eigenvectors, firstly we find the eigenvector of this eigenvalue, that is 1. Here S is 1. S means here we can write it as S1, S1, 1, S2, 5. Here to find the eigenvector of this S1, here S1 denotes, here S denotes eigenvalue, that is 1. So we are finding eigenvectors corresponding to one eigenvalue, corresponding to eigenvalue 1. That is, we are finding eigenvector corresponding to eigenvalue 1, that is, for this S is 1 1 0, we will write it as 1 0 0 1 into identity matrix, that is also 1 0 0 1 minus matrix. Now we got 1 0 0 1 minus this. This is a characteristic equation for eigenvectors. Here we got, here x denotes x1 x2 minus 3 x1 plus 2 x is equal to 0. Here x1 is equal to 0. So here x1 comes out to be 0. Here x1 is 0. So from this equation we have calculated minus 3x1 is equal to minus 2x, x2 is equal to 0. Corresponding to eigenvalue 1, eigenvector that we got is 0 0. Eigenvectors corresponding to eigenvalue 1. Now corresponding to eigenvalue 5, as here in this case is 5 0 5 minus 1 0 0 1, sorry, into minus matrix, here 5 0 0 5 minus 4 minus 2 minus 2 1, it comes out to be, here eigenvector of this eigenvalue would be x1 x2 is equal to 0. Here from this equation we got x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 0, 2x1 plus 4x2 is equal to 0. So x1 in this case comes out to be minus 2x2. Here in this case also x1 comes out to be minus 4x2, it comes out to be minus 2x2 x1. Here in both the cases x1 comes out to be x1, x2 would be k, then x1 would be minus 2k, and in multiple choice question in MCQs you will get this type of options. So from these options you have to find the option that satisfy this equation. So in this case only this satisfies the equation. So in second question of eigenvalue of this matrix you get eigenvalues minus 6 and 5. Let's see its eigenvectors. Eigenvector corresponding to minus 6 would be minus 6 0 0 minus 6. I am not writing characteristic equation again and again, I am just writing it directly. Matrix is this. So eigenvector of this equation would be, or you can write it as, so eigenvector corresponding to 5 so here we got eigenvector of this eigenvalue is this, and here this is what I want to tell you about through this question. Two eigenvectors can be possible of one eigenvalue. So from this we get x1 x2 is 5k on k. From this equation we get x1 x2 is equal to minus 5k and k. So now we have seen how to calculate eigenvalues, eigenvectors. Now we switch to properties of eigenvalue. So first property, sum of eigenvalue is equal to trace of a sum of diagonal elements. Its example here, this is called trace of a matrix, diagonal elements and principal diagonal. So property says sum of eigenvalues comes out to be trace of matrix. So sum of eigenvalue comes out to be 1. Trace of matrix sum is also equal to 1. So this verifies our first property. Second property, product of eigenvalue is equal to determinant of matrix. Product of this eigenvalue comes out to be minus 30. So let's see its determinant. Its determinant comes out to be minus 30. So it means that our second property gets verified, that product of eigenvalue is equal to determinant of matrix. Third property, eigenvalue of diagonal matrix, upper triangular, lower triangular matrix is equal to same of principal diagonal elements. It means that property third, we have taken a matrix. Now see its eigenvalues. So its eigenvalues come out to be 3. So it means that our third properties get verified, that eigenvalue of diagonal matrix, upper triangular, lower triangular matrix is same as principal diagonal elements. This is principal diagonal elements. If we have matrix in which elements are on principal diagonal, so we don't need to calculate its eigenvalue, because its eigenvalue comes out to be same as the elements on its principal diagonal. Here elements on principal diagonal are 2, 3, 4. Eigenvalues comes to be 2, 3, 4. Let's take another example of upper triangular matrix. Calculates its eigenvalue. Its eigenvalues come out to be here. Eigenvalues come out to be 2, 3, 4. Elements on principal diagonal are also 2, 3, 4. Let's read this property again. Eigenvalues of diagonal matrix. This is called a diagonal matrix. Upper triangular. So we have also verified that principal diagonal and upper triangular matrix eigenvalues comes out to be same as that of principal diagonal elements. Fourth property, maximum number of distinct eigenvalue is equal to size of A. Now what is size? Order is called a size. So this is 3 by 3 matrix, so its size is 3. It's 2 by 2 matrix, its size is 2. Here size of matrix is 2, so we got 2 eigenvalues. Here size of matrix is 3, so we got 3 eigenvalues. Fifth property, eigenvalue of A is equal to eigenvalue of A transpose. It means that if we have taken transpose of a matrix, then its eigenvalues come to be same. So this is A. If we have taken transpose of a matrix, so eigenvalue of this matrix comes out to be 0 and 5. So if we have taken transpose of a matrix, then its eigenvalue also come out to be 0 and 5. So we have verified this property, that if we have taken transpose of a matrix, then its eigenvalues are unaffected with it. Sixth property, lambda 1, lambda 2 up to lambda n are the eigenvalues of A, then k lambda 1, k lambda 2, k lambda n are eigenvalues of Ka. So it means that if we multiply the matrix by k, then its eigenvalues are also multiplied by k. If we multiply a matrix by 2, then how its eigenvalues get affected with it? In this matrix, eigenvalues of this matrix comes out to be 2, 3, 4. Let's see, if we multiply this matrix by 2, then how its eigenvalue get affected with it? Here 4, 6, 8, s minus 4, s minus 6, s minus 8. So you can verify this property with other examples also. I have checked you with one example. Now seventh property, eigenvalue of A inverse are the reciprocal of A, which means if A has eigenvalue 1, 2, 3, then eigenvalues of A inverse would be reciprocal of it. Because in all previous property I have shown you with verification, I am just giving example of it and showing you how to solve its matrix. If we have a matrix and its eigenvalues are given 1 to 4 and we are asked about determinant of A inverse transpose, so then what would be its solution? For its solution, see property number 5 and property number 7. According to property number 5, eigenvalue of A is equal to eigenvalue of A transpose. So according to property number 7th, eigenvalue of A inverse are the reciprocal of A. Eigenvalues of A is equal to eigenvalues of A transpose. So eigenvalue of A transpose would be 1, 2, 4 also. According to property number 7, eigenvalue of A is equal to 1 upon eigenvalues of A inverse. Is equal to A inverse. So according to it, eigenvalue of A inverse would be 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 4. So its answer is 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 4. I have enough show you verification of properties. Now I am showing you how to apply these properties. According to property number 8, if eigenvalues of A are lambda 1, lambda 2 up to lambda n, then eigenvalues of A to the power k will be equal to lambda 1k, lambda 2k up to lambda nk. Example of it would be, so if A has a eigenvalue 1, 2, 4, if we square this matrix, then its eigenvalue will also get squared. Its new eigenvalues would be, if A and B are two matrices of same order, then A into B and B into A has same characteristic roots. If we multiply A into B or B into A, then we will get same value. If we get same value, then its characteristic equation will also be same. I am not proving this property because it's no need to prove this property, it's understood. Now third topic, Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Now this theorem is used to take inverse and finding higher power in terms of lower powers of matrix. If we have this matrix, then its characteristic equation would be, now I have told you enough, now I am writing directly. It would be, so for Cayley-Hamilton theorem, replace S with A. For Cayley-Hamilton theorem with A, here we are finding inverse of matrix in terms of A. A square minus 3A minus 10 is equal to 0. Now to find inverse of a matrix, multiply this whole equation with A inverse, you will get. Now we have found A inverse in terms of A. Now just put A matrix. Now this is identity matrix. Now this is A inverse of a matrix in terms of A using Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Now second application of Cayley-Hamilton theorem is convert higher power in terms of lower power. For this, now question is to express A to the power 5 as linear polynomial in A. So for that, we will convert this in characteristic equation as I told you. Now replace S with A. Here we got A square in terms of A. Now we want A to the power 5. So for this, again multiply this equation with A. We get this. Now again replace A square with A. Now it's necessary to replace higher power of matrix with lower if you are using Cayley-Hamilton theorem. We get A cube. Again multiply this A cube with A. Again replace A square. This is A4. Now again multiply A4 with A. Again replace. No matter how many powers are there, just replace higher power with lower. You will get your answer. A5 comes out to be this. Now we are done with all the matrix. Now last few points, that if A determinant is equal to 0, that is called singular matrix. Now non-square matrix, if A determinant is not defined, so it's non-square real matrix. If eigenvalues are real, since there is no iota part in it, so this is called real symmetric. orthogonal matrix. If A determinant is equal to 1, that is called orthogonal matrix. If A determinant is 0, that is called singular matrix. If A determinant is 1, that is called orthogonal matrix. We have also learned about orthogonal vector. What was that? It was if A transpose into B is equal to 0, then that is orthogonal vector. Now last thing that I forgot to tell you about inverse of a matrix. Now one simple trick to find inverse of a matrix of 2 by 2 matrix that I forgot to tell you. This is not applicable on higher order matrix. This is only applicable on 2 by 2 matrix. If we have this matrix of 2 by 2, to find inverse of matrix of order 2, you don't need to go for cofactors or adjoint of a matrix. You can just do it in one step, that is interchange elements of principal diagonal, that is 1 4 is converted into 4 1, and just change the sign of these elements. Plus is converted into minus, and then just take determinant of this, that is 4 minus 6 comes out to be 2, that is 1 by 2. Now we are done with matrix. You just need to practice this for your complete understanding. In next class we will take another concept of M1. If you are liking my videos, found it useful, then share with your friends, give thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you.